Hello, folks. Like a lot of you, tuning in for another late night session of biology. So, again, for this last installment of this chapter, we're going to be talking about neural tissue. So let's go ahead and check out that PowerPoint. So, neural tissue consists of neurons, the cells, and supporting cells called neuroglia or glial cells. This tissue is specialized for integrating and coordinating body functions. Neurons are specialized to conduct impulses, while neuroglia provide nutritive, protective, defensive, and structural support for the neurons. So here's our nice little line drawing of this one. So our cell body over here, and then a nice long axon covered with myelin sheath. So when we look at this in real life, each of these great big pink boogers are neurons, and the small little grainy dots that we see are neuroglia. So these are the ones in charge of all the important stuff. So, you know, thoughts, movements, all that jazz. And then neuroglia are going around feeding these guys, taking care of them, making sure that everything's running right. So let's go ahead and take a look at our real life version of this. Yeah, that's the right one. Okie doke. All right, so lots of stuff going on here. Oh man, gotta find myself a good spot. Nice good blob of brain cells. That's what I'm looking for. You know what? This one's pretty cool. I like this one a lot. That'll do. So this is our neuron. That is a nerve cell. Very different from a neutron. Those are the neutral particles in an atom. We would not be able to see them with a microscope like this. Okay. What you're seeing is the main cell body right here, and then off to the side, and then this long stringy bit, that is one of the axons that you're seeing there. Here's another one. And then scattered throughout here, let me see if I can get one a little bit more in focus, but they're always going to be pretty much just little blurry blobs. So these are your glial cells. You can see over here, we have a whole mat full of them. A whole bunch more up here. Yeah. So this one was clearly sliced. in a plane of focus where you can't see any axons, but there you have the main cell body again. And all those little dark structures all around it, those are all glial cells. So here, here, here. And again, we ask you about this on the practical. They're going to give you an image, something like this. Maybe. And we might ask you what this is. We might ask you what this little structure out here is, and you'll need to be able to tell me what that is. Or we might ask you to identify this long stringy bit. All right? So, in summary, there are 4 general categories of tissue: the epithelial tissue, connective tissue, the muscle tissue, and the neural tissue. So, we're going to ask you stuff like, what category of tissue does this specimen belong to? The answer to that would be, it is muscle tissue. We might ask you, what specific type of muscle tissue is this? You would need to be able to identify, this is smooth muscle. All right? So lastly, for this chapter we're going to briefly discuss organ systems. So your cardiovascular system, blood vessels, so your veins, and your heart. So carrying around nutrients, waste, carbon dioxide, oxygen, your respiratory system, it's your lungs, trachea, all that jazz, gas exchange, urinary system. You drink water, you got to get rid of it along with some wastes. Integumentary system, your skin. So skin derivatives. So hair, nails, skin. Reproductive system, pretty straightforward. Ovaries, testes, things that are producing sperm and egg and trying to get those together. Your nervous system, pretty much subservient to the previous. Brain, spinal cord, and nerves. So a lot of matter up here, but also nerves traveling throughout your body to carry those messages coming from your head. Endocrine system, so your hormones. Skeletal system, your bones. Muscular system. That one's pretty straightforward, just like the skeletal system. Lymphatic, so your immune system. And then lastly, your digestive system. Again, pretty straightforward. All right, you can check these out more on your own time. But if we're talking about the circulatory system, know that this is what's included. If we're asking you about lungs, we're asking you about the respiratory system. Your hair is in your integumentary system. These are things that you may need to know. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and stop our video right there.